All right, and more breaking news for you at this point in the afternoon here today on a Friday. There is a tentative deal in the casino strike here in Detroit of the 3 casinos. It has been almost 1 month since workers walked off the job from the casinos looking for a better deal. So let's go out live right now to Priya Mann, who's been covering this story ever since we heard news of a tentative deal this morning. Hey, Priya, so you've been able to talk to some of the workers who've been out on strike. What are they telling you about what they know so far?
Well, it's a really mixed bag, Christy. A lot of people here are happy with what they're hearing is in the contract. Others, not so much. I just want to show you the scene outside here of MGM Grand. Just down the street here, you have got people up and down 3rd Street still walking. They've still got their signs here. But up here right in front of MGM Grand is where the majority of the folks have been getting their updates when it comes from negotiating members. So here's what we're hearing so far. Every worker will get a $3 wage increase right off the bat. This is a 5-year contract. Over the course of the 5-year contract, those wages will be bumped up to $5 of additional pay. Also, healthcare was a big issue here. Negotiating members are telling me that healthcare, dental, vision has all been protected, that they didn't lose any of that. They have been out here for days, as you mentioned, more than a month, 32 days here, 3,700 workers. If my cameraman and I want to continue to walk here, we can just show you just a vast number of people who've been out here since day one. And while weather conditions are deteriorating, the mood here overwhelmingly is of relief, although there are people who don't think that these negotiations went far enough. Take a listen to what some workers had to say.
I'm hoping I see that they realize that their days of nickel and diming us is over. I do love most of the people that are still in there, but the 23 cents a year for the last 16 years, it just isn't enough. It isn't enough for the cost of living. It isn't enough to support our families. It isn't enough to buy the $5 loaf of bread that we have nowadays. It's just not enough.
How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling a little discouraged. I think that we deserve more money. We are like the heart of the hotel. You could get anybody to run this hotel, but you want somebody that's dedicated and obligated, that's been here. I think we deserve a fair shot.
What makes you disappointed, or why are you unhappy at this point?
The wages, it's hard out here. Rent is high, bills is high. We need more money. That's why we asking y'all, please help us. We need more money. Hear us.
What do you think about this tentative agreement after weeks of being out here?
I don't like it.
So you hear that worker, she is unhappy. Of course, we're talking about a 5-year tentative agreement here with MGM, Motor City, and Hollywood at Greektown. So really a lot of opinions out here. Folks have been picketing for 32 days now. This vote needs to be, this tentative agreement needs to be ratified. That vote could happen later today or over the weekend. Christy, I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, hey Priya, just curious, obviously that there was an averted strike in Las Vegas. The culinary workers out there had threatened to strike as well, and obviously when we've just been coming out of the UAW strike, is there anyone talking to you about the power of organized labor at this point in making sure that they get the best deal possible?
You know, 2 things, Christy. I did talk to some of those members who've come out from LA who are taking in what's been happening here in Metro Detroit. And there is an underlying sense of unity and solidarity and the power of unions. I was out here when the first tentative agreement was reached with the UAW and Ford and Stellantis. And at that time, casino workers were telling us what they got there is what we're going to get here. And just a few short weeks later, a tentative agreement has now been reached here with the 3 casinos in Detroit. So again, there's a lot of moving parts here. This agreement needs to be ratified and voted on, and that determine, we got to see what these workers want. Overwhelming majority here, though, tell me they like what they're hearing so far.
All right, Priya, really appreciate the reporting. Good to talk to you today, and we'll keep an eye on this one. Thanks so much.